This week, I'm bringing you what could quite possibly be the biggest sports story in North Attleborough this year. It's 6'5", 275-pound former North Attleborough High School football star Chris Sullivan, who was drafted in the 4th round by the New England Patriots in April. I asked Chris what he thought his chances were of being selected by a pro team.
Well, I had heard a few things during the year that, if I played well, I might get drafted and this and that, but I don't think it was really till I went to the combines and I did well down there, and I started to hear a lot of interest from the teams. They were telling me that I worked out well and they thought I could play, and it went from being maybe drafted to a free agent to definitely getting drafted. So I just try not to get my hopes up. I was being told I was going to get drafted, and it wasn't until the season was over that I really started to think about being drafted.
Former coach Ray Beaupre said he was optimistic about Chris's chances in the NFL draft.
Well, we kind of had a little bit of indication. I had run into some people in the area that were involved a little bit with the Patriots that I could tell that they knew of him and thought highly of him. And I know in talking to Chris that he had had some contact with Coach Parcells. So I was very hopeful that that's just about where he would go. In that round, and obviously going to the Patriots is a special thrill.
Chris credits his former high school and college coaches with helping him move up through the different levels of competition he has seen.
Playing for Mr. Beaupre helped a lot because, he's a tough coach and he works you hard, and he stresses school, and if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're not going to play. He doesn't care who you are, and I think that paid off when I went in to play for Coughlin, because I knew Coughlin was tough, but I didn't know he was that tough. And I think playing for Mr. Beaupre helped a lot because Coughlin stressed school a lot. And if you screwed up at all, you weren't going to play, and you were going to be running in the morning. And, now playing for Henning, he's tough too. But, I think playing for Coughlin and Beaupre made it almost a breeze playing for Henning because he's more laid back. He's more of a player's coach. And, it's fun playing for Henning, but it's fun playing for Coughlin too and Mr. Beaupre. So hopefully playing for those three guys will help me out. Everything they've taught me going into playing for Parcells, because I know how he is too. So hopefully that stuff will prepare me.
Football is a very demanding sport, and especially for young guys that are learning the game, that's where they develop their work habits, I think, at the high school level. And I'm awful proud of what he's done because of he's been through some pretty rigid programs at Boston College with a coach like Tom Coughlin, who got an awful lot of publicity the last couple of years at the pro level for being a taskmaster. So if I'm in that group, I guess that's where I am.
In talking about the Patriots, Chris knows what is expected of him in order to make the team.
Well, high school to college was a big jump. It was just a matter of getting bigger and faster. Everybody up there, you're the star on your football team in high school. Everybody on your team was the star on their football team in high school. So, it's just all the guys are big and fast. And, I know going from college to the pros is going to be, everybody on the pro teams were all American and this and that. So, a lot of it's just, the level of competition it keeps growing. It's so much more intense in college, and I know it's going to be so much more intense in the pros, and it's just the guys are bigger and faster and stronger nowadays, and, it's just the competition's just getting a lot tougher.
Coach Beaupre says knowing the Patriots and Chris Sullivan, there will definitely be an opportunity for Chris to be successful.
My feeling is he's been drafted in the 4th round. His attitude is tremendous. I know he'll be in shape. I know that the amount of scouting they do and research on a kid, they don't make many mistakes. So I'm pretty confident that Chris will be given every opportunity to make it. I think from everybody's standpoint, especially in the community, got to realize what the kid is up against, in the level he's playing, and I guess hopefully keep all of our expectations to a minimum, and just wish Chris the best of luck.
All my life here, every sport I've played, we've always won, and you know, I think that carried over the fact that, you know, I've never wanted to lose in anything I've done, and, you know, I've always been determined, and, you know, I think it's a reflection of the town and the athletic I mean, it's just, they're good, they get good programs here, and they instill good values in kids, and, you know, I think it helped all the way up through high school and into college, you know, that my background, you know, what my parents have done for me, the coaches I've always had here in North Attleborough, and, you know, I think it's a combination of everything.
It's a long way from Community Field to Foxborough Stadium, but Chris Sullivan is on the verge of making that dream a reality, and we all wish him the very best. Signing off for the 95-96 sports season, this is Steve Janzora for North TV.